Hey there, gang. Welcome back to Papa's Model Workshop. I'm Papa, and this is my workshop. This is my messy workshop. I started the priming and so forth on the Peterbilt Wrecker. If you haven't seen the other videos, this is what I'm working on. Peterbilt Wrecker AMT 125th scale. And I'm going to be honest with you, I actually made this video yesterday. Normally, I make my videos on Saturdays. Today is Sunday, and I did make a video yesterday, but as you may have heard me mention before, I'm kind of new to video production, and I did a lot of the video yesterday over at the paint booth, priming the parts. This is why we're such a mess in here today. And, the one thing I'm learning about video production is it kind of helps to keep things center frame. And a lot of what I did yesterday was up like this. It was out of frame. It just wasn't good. So I dumped that video, and that's why I'm here on Sunday morning. So Sunday morning, I have no grandchildren here. Usually the grandchildren are with me on Saturdays. And if you've watched my other videos, I'm sure you've seen them and heard them and so forth. Yesterday was a busy day anyway. Yesterday I went to the hockey game. Went to the Islanders game at UBS Arena. I'm a big hockey fan, so went and saw the Islanders. And you know what? There we go. Centered. I got to remember how to center things. Anyway, Islanders actually won, so that was a fun day at UBS Arena. And in fact, I actually posted a couple of pictures from the hockey game last night on my Facebook page, Papa's Model Workshop. If you're curious, you can take a look there. I'm also a big Mets fan. And the reason I am mentioning that is because tomorrow, Monday the 9th, baseball's winter meetings begin. And if you're a baseball fan, maybe you know who this guy is. His name is Juan Soto. He's the big prize in the free agent market this winter. And I'm very hopeful that we are going to get him. So keeping my fingers crossed on that. So these are my two teams right there, Islanders and Mets. And I'm embarrassed to tell you this, but I'm also a Jets fan. We're not going to discuss the Jets. Okay, not even going to talk about them. So anyway, that's my little bit of news from yesterday. But now I'm back in the workshop, ready to get back down to work. Now, as I said, I primed everything. Okay, and now it'll all have to be sanded. And I'm sure that you don't want to sit here and watch me sand all of these pieces down. And this is just a small fraction of all of the pieces that go with this kit. This kit has a tremendous amount of parts. And I'm just looking around here. Hold on 1 second. Let me grab this. Hang on. I'm coming back. Okay. Here we go. These are all parts from this kit. Lots and lots of parts. I don't know if you can see that down there. And then I've got all of this. And again, this is still not even close to all of it. I have a ton of parts over in my organizer. And, normally I organize my parts by color. For example, can you see that? This is supposed to be steel. So all of these parts that you see here are steel color. All right. And then these parts here are chrome. They're going to be painted a chrome color. So that's how I go about doing all of that. Now, the thing is after you prime all of it, as I just mentioned, you have to sand all of it, and then you can paint. The one exception is the engine. I don't separate the engine parts by color. I just make it engine, I guess. So there's all the engine parts. So that's what I am up to with this. So instead of making you sit and watch me sand, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to address something that a lot of people have asked me. And if all of you out there are regular model builders, I'm sure this question has been put to you too. And that question is, what do you do with all of the builds? Well, I've got a spot upstairs where I display some of my builds. So if you want, I'll show you how I display things. And, let's take a field trip and let's go up into the house and take a look. Okay, hang on. Okay, we're up here in my living room now. And these are a few of the display pieces that I have. And I got these on Amazon, actually. And the thing slides out. It's a clear plastic. Actually, I think it's acrylic. I guess that's plastic. Anyway, slides in and out and so forth. And as you can see, these light up. Now, what's particularly special about these is, though they light up, they plug into the wall. I had a terrible time finding light up displays that plug into the wall. Most of them were battery. And I really wanted to keep these on, basically all the time. And I didn't want to have batteries if I'm going to leave this on constantly. So I did manage to find it on Amazon. A little bit of a hunt if you're interested, but you can do it. And this is my other display. Now, there's a couple of firsts in this display. Okay, this one, open this up. Okay, this one is I'm going to bring this up here. That's the Mighty Mo. Okay, I do occasionally build something besides cars. The Mighty Mo that's the USS Missouri. And if you're not familiar, that's the ship that the United States and Japan signed the treaty to end World War II. So, but back to the Mercedes here. This is a Tamiya kit. I think it was 1/24th, but this is a Mercedes AMG, and there's the dogs. And the first on this one was, it was the first time I ever built a Tamiya kit. And the one thing I can tell you about a Tamiya kit, if I had to describe a Tamiya kit with one word, I would say precision. They are very precise. The parts fit together really nicely. It was a joy to build. The only weird thing about Tamiya kits is that you don't get an engine. At least in this kit and the kits that I have looked at, they don't come with an engine. So I don't know. Maybe you can research and see if any of their kits come with an engine. But from what I understand, Tamiya doesn't include engines, and this one does not. So that's the only thing I can complain about with this particular build. The second thing that's a first is this is the first time I ever did candy. This was done with mica silver. That's Tamiya mica silver. And then I sprayed it with Tamiya clear smoke. And that's the finish on this particular build. So those are a couple of firsts right there. Now, my other first, and this really was a first, it was this card right down here. Now, this card, let me just switch the Tamiya kit or car out and put this up here. Hold on, just bear with me. I wasn't really planning on doing this. This was really kind of impromptu. I just decided to do this. Now, what's special about this car is, I think I have mentioned, I used to build when I was a teenager. In fact, when I was a teenager, I built all aircraft. I didn't build any model cars at all. It was all aircraft. And, I stopped when I was about, 17, 18 years old. That's kind of a magic age because you get your driver's license and you get to go out and hang out on your own and you discover girls and all that kind of thing, and model building kind of gets pushed to the side. So I stopped model building probably around the age of 18, and I just came back to model building, I guess about 5 years ago. 5 years ago, that would be 2019. I was 58 years old at that time. I'm going to be 64 in about 3 weeks. 2 or 3 weeks from when is my birthday? I don't know, in January. So it's been a long time, dating back to when I did this as a kid. But anyway, my point is, this is my very first build since coming back at the age of 58. And, for a first time build since my teenage years, it's all right. It's not perfect. It's got a lot of flaws to it. But again, it was my first build. And actually, as I mentioned, um, I built all aircraft. So this probably was the very first car that I built. So yeah, this is build number one, and I'm kind of proud of that. That's why I keep it on display here, because it's number one. But these, uh, as I said, I got these on Amazon. I don't remember how much they were. I don't think they were too expensive. But this is where I display some of these, and I'll show you where some of my other stuff is displayed. Let me just get that back in there. Whoops, I'm sorry, I'm moving the camera and you can't see anything. I'm terrible at this. I have a little display here. Here's our Christmas tree. Okay. Let's go down to my room down here. Take a walk. All right. Karen got a brand new bathroom. I don't know if you can see that. I just happened to be walking by, and Karen wanted to redo the bathroom. So there you go, new bathroom. All right. And down here is, while we're passing, I'll show you. This is the grandchildren's room. Right, which the grandchildren are here every Saturday, and they don't really use this room too much because they're downstairs in the workshop with me. Okay, put up a TV for them and everything, and I put that up myself. Got it leveled, and it hasn't fallen down yet. Okay, so good deal. All right, and then right next door here, this is my room. Karen calls this my study, so for lack of a better word, I'll go with that. I'll call it my study. But anyway, this is where my other display is. Okay, and these shelves, and you can see they're lighted, really pretty easy to put together. And this is the CUDA. If you have been following my videos, you actually saw me build this on camera. And this is the car that I took to the show in Freeport a couple of weeks ago, and got chosen to be photographed. So I was pretty excited about that. And if you have looked at, I guess you could call it a logo, but there's a little logo for Papa's Model Workshop when you go on YouTube. And if you take a good look at that logo thing, this is the truck that is in that logo. This is a 1937 Ford. And, you can see that I kind of patinaed it or weathered it, whatever you want to call it. But, yep, that's the truck in the logo. And this down here, this is my 1932 Imperial Gangster car. And this was an AMT kit. I think it was 125th. I'm pretty sure it was 125th scale. And it came with little bad guys that you can paint, and they have Tommy guns. I think they called machine guns Tommy guns back in the 30s. And it even had a little motorcycle. I didn't get to the bad guys in the motorcycle. I just put the car together. And, a lot of people, kind of complain that AMT is difficult to, work with and so forth. I got to tell you, I had no problems. This was a joy to build. 1932 Imperial Gangster. Gangbusters, that's what they call it. Gangbusters. Okay, great kit. There you go. You can maybe see that. All right, so this is a pretty neat display. And then I have another one over here. Okay, this is a die cast. I didn't build that one, but this is my monster truck. Okay, and let me turn that a little bit. I'm getting a little bit of a glare here. I'm not sure what that glare is, but this is my monster truck, and this also went to the car show. And this is where I do my software. Or programming for the 3D printer that I have downstairs. And I just got this 3D printer. You know what? I should have showed it to you when we were downstairs before. I'll show it to you when we go back down to the workshop. But this is hooked up to the 3D printer by Wi-Fi. So I don't have to take a flash drive or anything. I can just send the program right down to the 3D printer, and theoretically it'll work. Like I said, I just got it. It's only 2 weeks. I only got it 2 weeks ago, so I really don't know what I'm doing yet. So that's that's that. So I'll tell you what, let's head back downstairs and I'll see you in the workshop, okay? All right, we're back down here in the workshop, and this is the 3D printer I got. It's an Elegoo, 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 Mars 3D printer. And see, I don't know, can you see this? I don't know if you can see this. I actually have the GTO in there that I downloaded from Cults. Yeah, you can see that. And it's got a little spoiler on the right-hand side. So the GTO is in there. And I can't take credit for setting this all up. I had to have a guy from the Geek Squad come here and configure all of that. And you know what? Let me show you something else too. You see all this white stuff here? You know what that's from? That's from the primer. That gives you an idea of what goes in your lungs. So wear, a respirator when you're spraying. Spray booth is right here to the right of the 3D printer. And for some reason, I started off using the Tamiya spray can, fine white primer. And for some reason, it really stunk to high heaven yesterday. I don't know why. I mean, I've used that for a long, long time, and I've never had the level of stink that I had yesterday. Now, all spray cans are going to have a degree of odor, but this was exceptionally. I'm wandering around here. I'll show you my my airbrushes. I've got my Grex. This is, I think, is this an Iwata? What is this? I don't know. Oh, this is a master airbrush. Okay. My Pashi. This is my Iwata. Okay, and I've got a second Iwata here, which I love this particular airbrush. This is an Iwata trigger hand. I love this. This is kind of my workhorse, and this is a Bukaso. Bukaso. I use this exclusively for primer and 2K because I don't want to gum up my more expensive airbrushes. Like this Grex is rather expensive, so I don't want to put 2K through here or primer. And I've got a Gallery Swallowtail, okay, Barbados Rex version. Can you see that? Yeah, there you go, Barbados Rex. So, yeah, those are my airbrushes, and I've got another one over here too, okay? And here's my dehydrator. In fact, there's some of my stuff from priming yesterday still left in the dehydrator. So anyway, let me put this back on the mount. Let me pause this. Hang on. All right, we're back over here at the build bench, and I wanted to come over here and show you a couple of my other builds. I showed you some of my builds from upstairs. Let me see, can I get my hands on this thing? There we go. This is my my Kenworth, and this was also a very fun build. The first time I built this, or any big, this was the first big rig that I ever built, and I thought, gee, this is going to really be complicated. I got to tell you, it wasn't complicated at all. It was a fun build. So if you've ever thought about doing some of these big rigs, lots of fun, no problems with this. I think this, what was it? I think it was a Revel kit. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. And the other one I'll show you is my Del Rio. Now I have a reason for showing you this. Okay, and the reason that I'm showing you is this back panel right here. See, whoops, I got a little staple in there. I straighten out my staples, okay, because it will help me keep the glue from getting clogged in the applicator. So that's what I was doing. I was straightening out a staple there. But this Del Rio, the glass panel right back here, I did this a while ago and I can't really remember the details, but I think I screwed up that glass somehow, and I didn't know what to do to replace it. You know what I did? I'm going to tell you. I took a clear piece of plastic. I found a piece of plastic packaging that was just laying around the workshop here. And I took the window and I placed it down on that clear piece of plastic. I traced it and I cut it out and installed it. And you know what? It worked. So sometimes when you just kind of use your ability to reason through a problem, you can find a solution. And look, I know I've been there before where I've screwed up something, and you grumble under your breath and say a couple of choice words, and it's easy to get angry, and sometimes you even want to throw the thing on the floor and stomp on it. But that's the point where you just take a break. Go upstairs and have a sandwich or something and calm down. And when you are calmed down and you can think your way through the problem, like I said, this is what I came up with to overcome that. And trust me, I have my share of screw ups, and I don't know how to edit yet. So that means you've seen a lot of my screw ups on my previous videos, including the time I was down here. I was right here at this bench, I think, doing a mail call video, and I was opening things up with the X-Acto knife, and I sliced my thumb on camera. So, excuse me. So you've seen my share of screw ups. We all do it. We all make mistakes. And really, that's the best thing you can do, is just walk away sometimes and settle down. And then you can think about how to overcome that. I had the monster truck upstairs that I just showed you, and the front drive shaft was completely missing. And what I did for that was I went up into my parts, okay, and I found two drive shafts. One was thicker than the other, and the thicker one, I used my pin vise and I drilled right down the center of it, and took the smaller one and inserted it. And, of course, I measured it to length, and it worked. I was able to put that drive shaft in the front of that monster truck. Now, sometimes you can't overcome something, and I've had that happen to me before. And I have actually gone back to Revell, AMT, and Tamiya, all three, where I had missing parts or broken parts, and all three of them responded in a timely fashion. In fact, Revell and Tamiya, I think they responded to my email the same day, and I had my part within about, 7 to 10 days. Revell told me it would take maybe 6 weeks, but they got it to me within 10 days. So they do respond. AMT took a little bit longer, but they did come through. The AMT one was actually my fault. I don't know if I broke it or lost it. I can't remember, but it was my fault. And I told them, look, I broke it or I lost it. I told them up front. So I had to pay for it, and I had to pay for the shipping, which is fair because it was my fault. But they got it to me, is the point that I'm trying to make. So if all else fails, that's what you can do. You can contact the individual manufacturer, and they'll send you out the part. I'll tell you one thing that I did, and I'm going to hold on a second. Where is this? Here it is. Hold on. Flying by the seat of my pants today. I don't really have anything planned out, so I'm just kind of going along. But I had a missing part once before. Let me get rid of this. And I went on a site on eBay, and I had to pay $10 to get this part. And I figured, okay, well, $10 for one part. It's a little expensive, but you know what? I'll pay for it, and at least I'll have my part. I can complete my build. Well, what I got was the part plus all of this. Okay, they sent me a whole bag of stuff. All right. I mean, you've got almost an entire kit in here. So you know what? Considering that, I mean, the $10 was more than worth it. I mean, look at all of this that I got. I mean, this is almost an entire kit in here. Okay, and as I said, it's called Revell Junkyard, and that's on eBay. And $10. Okay. And there's other sites on there besides Revell Junkyard. So, look around on there. You can, even if you don't need a part, just look around on there and buy yourself a bag of parts to keep on hand. It's worth it, $10. So that's another way to go. So Anyway, you know what? I think that might do it for now. And hold on. Okay, I just had to pause for a second because Karen came down with her Christmas cookies, and I guess something went wrong, and she was very upset. So, okay. So, anyway, I think, yeah, I think I'm going to wrap up this video. So, let me give you the word of the day, and the word of the day today is magneto. Magneto. And I'm not going to tell you what that means as usual. I'm going to make you look it up. But you know what? This is kind of an easy one if you're a car guy. All right. So you car guys should know what this one is without me having to tell you. Leave it in the comments section when you take a guess on the word of the day. And I want to ask you a question, quite frankly. Let me know. I want this channel to be for all of you. I appreciate all of you that watch and have subscribed. This is a relatively new channel, and I'm aware that I have made a lot of boo-boos and bloopers and so forth as a new video production person. So I appreciate those of you who have subscribed in light of all my boo-boos. But my point is, I want this to be a channel that's going to more or less be a channel that belongs to you. It's not just me. It's not my channel. I want it to be your channel. So give me some feedback in the comments section. Let me know some things you might want to see or not see. Let me know if you think this word of the day thing is lame, and I'll stop doing it. Maybe you want to see me do something else. Maybe I can do, I don't know, something like a trivia thing, or TV trivia, or sports trivia. Or maybe you don't want me to do anything at all. Maybe you just want me to wrap it up and say goodbye. So let me know. You can give me those comments on my Facebook page, which, as I mentioned before, is Papa's Model Workshop on Facebook. You can send me an email too at papasmodelworkshop@gmail.com, and you can leave me comments about what you think is good or bad, or what I should do or not do. And you can leave me comments right here on the channel. So I'll give you one last thing. Okay, talking about doing trivia type things. If you have ever watched the old Columbo TV series, where Columbo is the detective, he solves mysteries, murder mysteries, and so forth. And he's always referred to as Lieutenant Columbo. So here's your question. What was Lieutenant Columbo's first name? Lieutenant Columbo's first name. And they've never referred to him by his first name. So I'll give you a real quick hint. There's one episode that stars Eddie Albert as the bad guy. And all I will tell you is Eddie Albert knows Lieutenant Columbo's first name. Okay. Eddie Albert, for those of you who are under the age of 30, all right, that's his name in real life. I don't remember what his name was in the Columbo show that day. The character that he played. I don't remember his name. He was an ex-military officer. But anyway, that's my one little quick trivia thing. So let me know if you want me to continue with that, or continue with word of the day, or get rid of both. Let me know. So go to the comments, go to my Facebook page, let me know, and subscribe. Would love it if you would subscribe, and that way we can talk, and I get to hear what you think, and so on and so forth. So, okay, so that's going to wrap it up for today. So, guys, gals, I'm sure, there's some female builders out there. So, everybody, have a great week coming up, and I'll see you in the next video.